ओके अस्सलाम वालेकुम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। ये लेसन है फ्रॉम द टोफल सीरीज फॉर द बिगनर्स। आज हम इसे पैरल स्ट्रक्चर को इन डेप्थ स्टडी करेंगे। सो विदाउट फर्दर ड्यू लेट्स स्टार्ट द लेसन। When information in a sentence is given in the form of a list or a series, all components must be grammatically parallel or equal. अगर आप multiple information या list of series दे रहे हैं information की in a sentence, then make sure that all the told या spoken components must be grammatically parallel or equal. There may be only two components or there may be many components regardless in a list. However, if the first is, for example, an infinitive, the rest must also be infinitive. So important thing to notice is अगर आपके पास जो first list आपकी list के जो first component है आपने उसको infinitive form में दिया है, then you have to make sure the rest of the components should follow the first one as being infinitive. For example, consider the following correct and incorrect sentences. How does it actually sound? If the sentence is not parallel, then how does it seem like? Peter is rich, handsome, and many people like him. So the Peter is rich is adjective, handsome is adjective, and many people like him is a clause. So it doesn't get along well. It's a non-parallel structure. To make it parallel, make all them either adjective because them all adjective because the first is adjective. Peter is rich, Peter is handsome and popular. So the last clause convert this to an adjective because all the components listed in the sentence should be aligned with the first one, which is adjective here. Remember that a clause is standing alone sentence would be a complete sentence, meaning it has its own subject and a verb. Again, ये मैं बार बार आपको हर लेसन में जहाँ भी clause का टॉपिक आता है या word आता है, just to reinforce to remind you this concepts कि clause क्या है, gerund क्या है, infinitive forms क्या, and all these details. So when you know by now कि जब आपके पास एक list components mention है in a series, तो आपके पास जो उनकी nature है it should be aligned well with the first one. Here it was adjective, so the rest of the one all were adjective. Another example, not parallel. Nancy is a lawyer, noun. Politician, a noun, and he teaches, which is a clause, because having a subject and a verb. So it doesn't get along well because it's not parallel structure. So make them all correct. The parallel में सब noun होंगे because the first one is noun. Nancy is a lawyer, a politician, and a teacher. So you make sure the parallel structure should have all aligned structures. Another example. The soldiers approached the enemy camp slowly and silent. So slowly is your adverb and followed by an adjective which is silent, which is wrong. To make them all parallel, the soldiers approached the enemy camp slowly and silently. So slowly is adverb and silently is adverb. Another example, not parallel. She likes to fish, swim, and surfing. To fish is infinitive, swim is simple form, and surfing is a gerund form of verb. So this is a completely not parallel structure. To make it parallel, she likes to fish because it's infinitive, to swim infinitive, and to surf infinitive. Or parallel structure means like to have them all in one frame. She likes fishing, swimming, and surfing all in the gerund form. So all the listing components should be in one form. Another example for the clarity. When teenagers finish high school, they have several choices. Going to college, which is a verb noun, getting a job, which is again verb noun, or the army, this is a noun. So this does not make sense, so they should all be aligned. When teenagers finish high school, they have several choices. Going to college, which is noun, verb noun, getting a job, which is verb noun, and then joining the army, which is a verb noun. So that's how you make this not parallel structure a parallel. Another one, Enrique entered the room, sat down, and is opening his book. So entered the room is a past, sat down is a past, and is opening the book. His book is a present progressive, which does not make sense. It's all not parallel. To make it parallel, Enrique entered the room, past, sat down, past tense, and opened the book. Opened his book, again the past tense. Important note is that if the sentence indicates that the different clauses definitely happen or will happen at different times, then this rule does not really need to be followed. इससे पहले हम अपनी टॉपिक सीरीज में सीक्वेंस ऑफ टेंसेस को स्टडी कर चुके हैं कि अगर आपके पास मेन क्लॉज में प्रेजेंट या पास्ट है तो डिपेंडेंट क्लॉज के में किस टेंस से क्या मतलब होगा. सो इन दैट केस ये पैरल स्ट्रक्चर रूल वहाँ एप्लीकेबल नहीं होता बिकॉज आपने ये इन्फॉर्म करना है कि क्या डिपेंडेंट क्लॉज का इवेंट पहले हुआ है या आपका मेन क्लॉज का इवेंट पहले हुआ है. सो दैट पैरल स्ट्रक्चर रूल रियली डोंट फॉलो देयर. बट फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम इसकी एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं. शी इज़ अ सीनियर, studies every day and will graduate a semester early. So here it shows that she's in present time, she's a senior, she's studying right now and she will graduate in the semester early. So in that case, they are two present with the future combined. So this is about the sequence of tenses. It has nothing to do with parallel structure. So in that case, आपको भी you should be mindful about कि आपने sequence of events को follow करना है. So this is all about the parallel structure. If you understand the whole concept, तो इसकी further reinforce करने के लिए हम एक exercise को through करेंगे. It's an exercise of 10 questions. जिसमें आपको चेंज करना है फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस को and make them the parallel structure so that they are parallel. You have to make according adjustments. So these are the 5 questions on your screen right now. Just pause your video and get all the answers done. If you are done by now, we can switch on to the other 5 questions. So just again pause your video and make them correct the right, change the following sentences to the parallel structure correctly, and once you are done with, then we will jump in directly to the answers. So for those who are done with answers by now, we can start the answers. So here's the answers. First questions: the puppy stood up slowly, wagged his tail, blinking its eyes and barked. So again इसमें आपके पास जो sequence of events हैं, this is again past, this is make a continuous tense, and here it's the past again. So we need to work on this middle one. The puppy stood up slow, wagged tail, blinked his eyes and barked. So that's how we all made it past tense. Second question: ecologists are trying to preserve our environment for future generations by protecting the ozone layer, it's continuous, purifying the air, continuous verb, and have replanted the trees, this is present perfect, that have been cut down. So we need to align them with the continuous present tense. So ecologists are trying to preserve our environment for future generations by protecting the ozone layer, purifying the air, and replanting the trees. Here it was the present perfect, so we made it to continuous tense, that have been cut down. So you need to make them all aligned with the present continuous. Question 3 is: the chief police demanded from his assistants an orderly investigation. It's an adjective noun. A well-written report, an adjective noun. And here come that they work hard. This is all lot of sentence. So we need to convert this into adjective noun. The chief of police is demanded from his assistants an orderly investigation, a well-written report, and hard work. Here we have adjective and noun. Question 4 is: Marcia is a scholar, an athlete, and artistic. Here we have two nouns with one adjective which does not make sense. So we need to make them all noun. So Marcia is a scholar, is an athlete, and an artist. Here comes question 5. Slowly and with care, the museum director removed the mint vase from the shelf and placed it on the display pedestal. So we need to make them, here we have the slowly adverb and it's with the verb actually. So we need to convert it into adverb. Slowly and carefully, the museum director removed the mint vase from the shelf and place it on the display pedestal, which is again the two adverbs make sense. Now it's a parallel structure. Now question 6. The farmer plows the field, present tense, plants the seeds, present, simple present, and will harvest the crop, and this is future. So we have to make the parallel structure. So the farmer plows the field, present, plants the seeds, present, and harvests the crop. Again, these are all present tense verbs. Here comes the question 7. Children love playing in the mud. This is present tense, continuous. Running through puddles. This is present continuous. And they get very dirty. This is simple present, which does not make sense. We have to line them all with the continuous verb forms. So children love playing in the mud, running through the puddles, and they getting very dirty. So that's how we make them all parallel structures. Question 8. Abraham Lincoln was a good president and was self-educated and hardworking and always told the truth. So we have to make them all adjectives because we started off with adjectives and end up with a whole lot of sentence. So Abraham Lincoln was a good president and was self-educated and hardworking and honest. So that always told the truth, we have to convert this to an adjective rather. Here comes to question 9. Collecting stems, playing chess, and to mount beautiful butterflies are Derek's hobbies. So starting off with the continuous, then following continuous verb, and we ended up with infinitive. So we have to convert this to a continuous form, which is ing, gerund form. Collecting stamps, playing chess, and mounting beautiful butterflies are Derek's hobbies. This is all verb ing with the noun. Now final question of an exercise. Despite America's affluence, many people are without job, on welfare, and have a lot of debts. So these are all prepositional phrases followed by this lot of sentence, the whole clause. So we have to make it parallel. Despite America's affluence, many people are without jobs, on welfare, and in debt. So we, instead of a lot of debt, we make it a prepositional phrase. So this is all about how to make a parallel structure. Be watchful and be mindful about your words and your tenses and what words you're using. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share with your friends and family. Thanks for watching.